Alright guys, before I get to this video about the championship four, just want to say rest in peace David Pearson. Uh, what a great driver. One of the best drivers ever in NASCAR history. And I think I had him ranked second or third in my top 50 drivers ever. And just want to say rest in peace, man. We'll never forget you. You're a great champion. I think you had like 105 victories. So yeah, this race this weekend will be for you. And definitely one of the best ever. So rest in peace. But anyway, let's get back to the talk here of this championship four. And I know people's going to think, Johnny, you're going to pick Martin Truex Jr. to win this race in the championship. Well, I'm not picking nobody, because I think any one of these four drivers can win this championship heading into the Ford 400. And all four of them's got different strengths. All four of them's got different weaknesses. You can't take one race here, one race there. All four is capable of winning this race. It's just who's going to hit the magic setup. Also, I think during the race, also a lot of them's going to rely on their teammates and stuff to do maybe a little bit of a blocking, holding up, helping another guy get to clean air faster. A lot of different things can happen here. And, say let's just say Kyle Busch has the fastest car the whole race. We get a caution, 20 to go. They stop down pit road. Kyle gets busted for speed. There you go. Anything can happen to any of them. So, with that being said, I just want to mention a couple more things too. We got videos going on. Everybody's going to be doing them all week. I got my Pick 5 contest coming out here later this week and stuff. And I tend to look at this race as the new Super Bowl of NASCAR. And I don't think other people's looking at it that way. To me, the winner of this race is crowned the NASCAR champion. Now, in the past, the Daytona 500 has been the Super Bowl NASCAR. That's what they called it. Well, you win the Daytona 500, you get a trophy, and go on from there. It used to be a humongous deal because it was the bigger race. Because a lot of times we would know who would win the championship 4 races or 5 races before the season even ended. So, yes, back in it was the biggest race of the year. And you could also look at Coke 600, Southern 500, and say, oh, they're the biggest of the year. No, I look at it now as the winner of this. I mean, it's such a high prestige race with, they're all on these TV shows. Jay Leno or whatever, he's still around, or whoever it is, like Jimmy Fallon. And the winner of this will get, well, they may not win the race, but whoever outfinishes each other will become a champion. And to me, that's something to say, this right here is the race of the year, because it crowns our champion, and it's just a humongous race. So it's like the Final Four of the college football series, the NCAA Final Four, basketball. You got your Final Four of other sports like the NFC Championship. You got and they fight their way to the Super Bowl just like these guys are doing. It's like a playoffs. It's like a fatal 4-way match in the WWE. So it's the battle here. We got 4 drivers competing for this championship, and you can say when you want to. People say Brad Keselowski deserves being there, or Chase Elliott, and yes, they do. They drove their butts off. They had a great season. Just wasn't right time, right place. Chase Elliott, I thought, could have won Phoenix. He had such a good race car. I hate he didn't make it in. He's such a talented young driver, but he's going to have many, many years to go. And Harvick and Busch and Truex, these guys are getting up there a little bit, so he ain't got 5-6 years left in the bank here. So yeah, it's gonna be a wild race, guys. And like I said, whenever I put out my Pick 5 contest videos, make sure you watch the whole video, because I might have a little tweak in it, and you don't want to miss out. I know Charlie NASCAR done that earlier this year, so I may be pulling that too for the final race. So just keep your eye on that Pick 5 contest video. And wow, what a year this has been. It's gonna be sad that the year is coming to an end, but or the season. But it's been a cool year. I've met a lot of good people on here, and I'm gonna do a video on that later. But I just want to get my thoughts in on this Championship 4, and we'll talk about it a little more later this week. But like I said, you can take your strengths from each 4 drivers and your weaknesses. And people can say, well, yeah, so-so's better, going to win because he's better at a mile and a half. You know, just it don't matter, because you got your 4 best drivers here, and I expect all 4 of them to be running top 5, top 6 the whole race. They might be a couple struggle, say at the first, because I know last year Martin and Kyle struggled the first race till the sun went down, and then here they come. So it'll be set up strategies, and with Kyle and Martin being teammates, they can maybe tweak with their cars a little more, maybe start out the race with 2 different adjustments and see which one is working better. So maybe they got a slight advantage, but also, you know, Stewart Haas has got a lot of cars in there too. I think if anybody's got any lower, is Joey Logano. I think he's gotten his minds about, he's got some enemies in this race. I don't think he's going to be cut a lot of slack. Just my opinion on it. So he's definitely got to overcome this. He better be calling, doing a lot of ass kissing this week. Say, I'm sorry, buddy, I didn't mean to do this, that track, you know. So yeah, it's gonna be fun though. I'm just so happy to be here to talk to you guys. I love talking about NASCAR, and I love all my subscribers, and it's just been a fun year. And we'll talk about it some more this week. But Championship 4, guys, tell me who you think's will win in the comments below, and be honest. Don't just say so-so's will win just because you're your favorite driver. You know, like I said, Truex is my favorite driver, but the other 3 guys have just as good a chance as he does. So I'm just hoping he'll win. But yeah, leave the comments down below. Tell me what you guys think, and we'll talk about this all week long, guys. The Ford 400, the new Super Bowl NASCAR. Let's get it on, boys. See you guys later.